Osteoporosis is a health condition that weakens bones, making them fragile and more likely to break. So how should you eat to avoid osteoporosis? First of all, you should eat foods rich in calcium, because calcium makes your bones healthier and stronger. So which foods are rich in calcium? Yogurt is one of the most important sources of calcium, and many types of yogurt are also rich in live probiotic bacteria, which have various health benefits. Sardines and canned salmon are another important source of calcium. These oily fish also provide high-quality protein and omega-3 fatty acids, which are good for your heart, brain, and skin. Another important way to prevent osteoporosis is vitamin D, because vitamin D is necessary for calcium to be absorbed. If your vitamin D is deficient, you cannot absorb calcium sufficiently and your bones become weak. So what are the sources of vitamin D? The most important source of vitamin D is UV rays sunlight. An exposure of 10 to 15 minutes of sun to your hands, face, arms, or back without sunscreen for at least 2 times per week is usually sufficient to provide adequate vitamin D synthesis. And fish consumption can be given as an example of another important source of vitamin D. Finally, consuming phosphorus foods is very important to prevent the development of osteoporosis. Because phosphorus supports building bone and other tissue during growth, there's a wide availability of phosphorus in foods, so it's not difficult to get adequate amounts in. So, from which foods can we get phosphorus? Chicken and turkey can be given as examples of the most important sources of phosphorus. 140 grams of roasted chicken or turkey contain around 300 milligrams of phosphorus, which is more than 40% of the recommended daily intake. It's also rich in protein, B vitamins, and selenium. Another important source of phosphorus is dairy products. It's estimated that 20 to 30% of phosphorus in the average American diet comes from dairy products like cheese, milk, and yogurt. Low-fat and non-fat dairy products like yogurt and cottage cheese contain the most phosphorus, while whole-fat dairy products contain the least. And finally, one of the most important sources of phosphorus is seafood. Many types of seafood are good sources of phosphorus. Cuttlefish, a mollusk related to squid and octopus, is the richest source, supplying 70% of the recommended daily intake in 85-gram cooked servings.